hope and pray that the Lord is blessing you in all of the sacrifices that you make. It's an extremely wonderful day for me today to see so many of our young people out. I'm humbled. I just want you to know that. But I know Islam is in all of them. And I know it's something that no one will ever be able to take from them. It's a blessing from Allah that belongs to them. When they talk about a personal relationship with God, the young people have it. So we have to be thinking in those terms. Because many times when you go to temples, it's usually older believers. Am I right or wrong? You know, and usually there's conflicts and different things. Y'all know what I'm saying. But it's so nice to see the younger believer. And I know one thing. I know that Allah will bless you for everything you do of good. That I guarantee you. I guarantee you that your life will be enriched for everything that you do of good. Today, I want to begin to let you see just what is happening right now at this day and time in the world, but especially here in the hills of North America. You see, this country has lived very, very well off of the backs of the poor and off of the backs of those less fortunate than they were. Am I right? Yes, sir. They've had everything anyone could dream of, everything that anyone could hope for. America has had it. They had money. Am I right? Yes, sir. I mean, tons of money. Cotton picking money. Am I right? That they got off your backs or the backs of your foreparents, former slaves, that they worked them sun up to sundown, right? They've lived in good homes, right? What they used to call the big house with our parents, am I right? You know, they've had everything. They had friendship in all walks of life. Everybody in the world wanted to be an American, am I right? They wanted to come here to be a part, so they had friendship in all walks of life. Well, the hour is fast approaching. If you think about it, where it's time for this devil's world to come to an end. The messenger told us that God told him right from his mouth, this white man, America, was to rule for 6,000 years. Yes. And after that, his time would be up. Now, we were taught by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that his time was up in 1914. But Allah, through His grace and mercy, because Allah is a merciful God. Am I right or wrong? Since we weren't awake, we were still asleep in the grips of bondage. Allah couldn't destroy the country, not and be a just God. So He showed mercy and favor to us. And He extended an extension of time for this devil. But he's living on borrowed time. You see? Any day, he can be taken out. Just look at it. Look at how many of you follow the newscast? You see the Republicans? They don't want to. They would rather see 98% of the people go to hell. You understand? Than to give 2% of the riches that they have. Isn't that a shame? But see, that's the behavior of what? Of a devil. You know, he's not acting out of character. He's acting in character. So you need to be aware that when you earn money, don't waste it. You need to be aware that when things come your way and you're blessed, appreciate them. Hold on to them. When opportunity knocks, be ready to pounce on it. Because right now, everything is beginning to get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And is less and less as the messenger, he calls it the day of want. Yes, that's what. And we are in the day of want right now. You got college-educated people, you know, never mind, they used to crack jokes about the messenger being unlearned, because the messenger was unlearned and built an $88 million empire, right? Yes. These individuals are learned, college-educated, and can't find a job. Do you understand? So, what's better? See, Allah favors who He pleases, and He withholds His favors and His blessings from who He pleases. This you have to remember. See, don't ever give up hope. Don't ever write anyone off never figure this person is so far gone, there's no help for them.
That's right.
Well, praise be Allah. They thought that about me. You know, Brother Captain, I know they thought that about you. And I'm saying that because we have so many young people. You know, people can say what they want to say, but if Allah is for you,
that's right.
Nobody's going to be able to be against you. You understand? And things are just going to fall in place. We got a lot that we have to be thankful for. Am I right? A lot. How many people wish in their hearts they could have the level of belief that exists here in Muhammad's Temple of Islam, number 12? Many people wish they could have this level of belief. Some people have money. They found ways to get money. Am I right? But they are unable to make that money a benefit, or, you know what I mean, a blessing, if you will, and allow to smile upon it. And they can't do much with the money they have. Some people are very wise. They're smart. They can tell you books, quote everything from you, from the books to you, but at the same time, they're unable to what? To function. Am I right? Right now, the hand of God is on America. In the book of Daniel, it talks about the king having a dream. And it says that the king seen a hand, a part of a hand. It was just a hand part and a little bit of elbow, but it came out the sky. And it wrote something on the wall. No one could read or interpret what was written on that wall. The king couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, he was vexed. He told all the wise men and the scholars, if y'all don't interpret this and tell me what it is, I'm going to kill you. And he demanded that he get an answer, and he gave a deadline for the answer. But the only person who could answer it was Daniel. You follow? Daniel was a righteous follower of God. He, as well as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were righteous followers of God. So when the people couldn't say it, they say, we know a man who can interpret that dream for you. They can tell you, he can tell you exactly what that dream means. Well, America is called a modern day Babylon. And that place where Daniel was is called Babylon as well. In this modern day Babylon, another mysterious hand has come out of the sky. Yeah. Slaves who were under the worst torment any human being could ever suffer. A God came to them. Do you understand? A true and living God came to them. And he didn't necessarily write on the wall, but he decreed that this country is in trouble. Am I right or wrong? Right. And ever since the coming of Allah and the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, this country just has not been the same. Right. Daniel told the king, he said, what the writing says on the wall is, your country has been weighed in the balance, you know, the general scheme of things, and found wanting, and it's going to be destruction and everything to come upon the land. Same thing applies here today. America is in the day of want. It's hurting. Do you hear what I'm saying? We are about to go over what these devils call the fiscal cliff. Have you been keeping up with the news? If the Republicans don't agree, he's the devil, y'all. I'm not sure he will. But if he don't agree to do something, it's going over the fiscal cliff. It reminds me a lot of the book of Psalms 137, where it talks about the daughters of Babylon. And it says, happy will I be that day when the little ones are dashed upon the rocks, broken into pieces. Do you understand? This is the thing. God gets wicked people. Everybody wants him to be a loving God. Am I right? Every religion you go to, he's love. But God is a killer too.
That's right. That's it.
You know, he went up in Egypt and drowned Pharaoh, didn't he? Did he? He got the Hebrew children out. Am I right?
Right.
Think about what I'm saying. So Noah, I want you to build the ark so long, I want you to go for wood, make it like that, drown everybody. God will get you. People want him to be, smile. The pictures they got, you smiling. They want him to be just a lovely thing. He got little lambs in his arms. Right? Am I right? They want him to be just a wonderful, wonderful person. But the bottom line is God is both. He can bless you or he can destroy you. He can kill off. And in our spiritual life, it's the same thing. You see, God can bless you or he can destroy you. But he gives you a chance to what? Live right. He gives you a chance not to be destroyed. Am I right? We know he's going to destroy the devil. It's inescapable. He's going to get him. I know it don't look like it sometimes. You know what I mean? When you see them doing stuff, and they're just so cool with their stuff. The Santa Claus lie, pushing it. I looked at a commercial, and the lady was going to buy a car. And she looked up, and she said, "Oh, it's you, Santa Claus. Where's your suit at?" You understand? I'm talking just like you don't know the extent they will go to push this lie. He said, "Oh, it's casual Friday. I don't have to wear the suit today." Do you understand what I'm saying? See, they will push this lie, but God, Almighty God of all, is going to get him. He's not going to escape his doom. God is just. Am I right?
That's right.
God makes sure that his will is always done. Sometimes we don't think in terms of God getting the devil. But can you think of any reason that God should not get the devil? We know the devil is a man. In the book of Revelations, it says, "Let he who has wisdom count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man." Not a spook, not something that gets into you, not some kind of funny feeling. It's the number of a man. So you better get about the business of looking at men to see who fits the description of that beast. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Or that devil, if you will. You got to do that. Because the bottom line is, the devil is real. Hell is real. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? The devil is real. Hell is real. Damnation is real. These are not fictitious things. They are real. You don't have to get a Amtrak train, a Boeing 747 to go to hell. You can simply wake up in the morning and be in hell. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have to look at things as they really are. We're in trying times, y'all. It gets rougher and rougher by the days. Cutting back on everything. We used to get a check in Pennsylvania from the state every 2 weeks, like $100 or something like that. That was just something I ain't got it. You got it no more. You can't. I can't give you what I ain't got. I ain't got it. Shut it down. That check had been going on as far back as I can remember. People got that. But I want you to see the hour and the time we're in. Y'all with me? Used to be a time when they paid people to take a job. Can y'all believe that? How do it is, isn't it? They needed workers so bad at one point in this country. They gave bonuses. They begged you to come take one of the jobs. They was on their knees. They had all kinds of stuff. Then you get sick days, holidays, paid holidays. We'll give you all kinds. They had incentives to make you take their job because you could go anywhere, any of jobs. Not today. One of the reasons the man shot up Gabby Gifford was because he went to college and everything, sacrificed, paid student loans, and ended up only able to get a job flipping hamburgers at McDonald's. It drove the man crazy. They promised me all of these things, and I can't get nothing. This is why they have a saying. They say, "Oh, Billy, he's so smart. Billy just knows everything." But Billy don't seem to be getting nowhere. They say, "Now, Johnny, he's oh so clever." It seems like everything Johnny do just works. Do you understand? You have to be clever. Do you understand? You have to be clever. Because being smart today ain't enough. You got to be clever along with being smart. These Republicans are determined to destroy America. They're going to do it, y'all. You know, they got their hands on the trigger. They're going to pull it. They are determined not to let a black man tell them what to do. Therein lies the illness that everybody's missing. If it was Bill Clinton, if it was any other white man in the White House, they'd cut a deal. Tell me I'm wrong. They'd cut a deal. Right. But they look and see that black face, beautiful black children, lovely black wife, and say, "This nigga's gonna tell us what to do." If you believe we are all the children of God and come from one Father and all like that, then you can't understand that. They would feel like that. You would think, well, it ain't really like that. Because we all come from one God. But see, when you follow Messenger Elijah Muhammad, you know better than that. You know that some people's father is the devil. John 8:44, right? Some people father is the devil. He's a murderer, a liar. He abodes not in the truth. When he speaks of a lie, he speaks of his own, right? Because he's the father of lies. Did y'all follow what I'm saying? You know there's two fathers. But people who think we're all from one person, one God and all that, they don't get it. They think that this could be impossible. They're not like that. We're all God's children. Republicans ain't going to go that far. Oh, yes, they is. Oh, yes, they is. They're going far, and they're going to go further than that. You see? They tried to get you with Obamacare. See how they try to make it a dirty thing? You know, that's how they do you. You know, when you show up, does we have everything secured? Oh, you'll steal something. You know how they think it when you show up? Is everything locked up? Black man on deck. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, but this is how they see this thing. But this country is finished. The grace period is over. The best thing I can tell you is get close to Allah and get close to His messenger. Praise to Allah. Whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do to get there, do it. I know nobody's perfect except Allah. So don't be looking for Muslims to be perfect. They ain't going to be perfect. And in fact, if you go to a temple and you leave them because it ain't perfect, you're just a fool. Because there ain't going to be no perfect temple. You understand? There ain't going to be no perfect things like that. There's flaws. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we have to work together, sacrifice, become a solid black wall. You understand? In unity, so that we can make things better. Stop thinking that because there's some defect, you can't work with your brother. Because I'll tell you why. The Most High Elijah Muhammad said, you are living right now in the time of the manifestation of all defects. Did you see? So it's going to be defects. A lot of them. But you got to look and see what you can do in the name of Allah and His messenger to keep things civil, under control, and keep us moving forward. Does it make sense? Yes, sir. A lot of us give up. We say, well, I done did so much, Allah, He ain't gonna use me. I done You know what I mean? I done bit the bullet. I done, you name it. You know what I mean? Allah, why would Allah want me? I'll tell you why. Because you got a testimony.
Yes.
Do you understand? You got a testimony.
Yes.
You've seen some things, you've done some things, you've watched some things. And those of us who have been spared those testimonies, we should be thankful as well. You see that Allah spared us. Because the bottom line is, we were even taught when the messenger was here. When believers come back to the temple, you listen to them.
Yes.
You think you know what's out there. They know what's out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? They can tell you what's out there. Tell you what to look out for out there. Am I right or wrong? But this country is finished, y'all. It's just not going to make it. We're in a time where people think heaven comes after they die. Heaven is here with you on earth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Heaven is going to be what you make it. The thing about heaven when you get there is there's no lying. Do you understand? There's no stealing. There's going to be a case where you can trust. Y'all follow where I'm at? You don't have to worry about the negative things in heaven. If you still have to worry about negative things, you haven't arrived yet. And if you try to make it by yourself, you probably won't. Because we are meant to what? Work together, build together, make things happen together. Am I right or wrong? So, let's get about the business of bringing heaven on earth for us while we live. Can I just apply some of the scriptures to this? I want to go first to the book of James. And in the book of James, chapter 5, I'm getting ready to lay the whole Republican Party out for you. Can I do that? Can I just kind of just lay it out? You know how people go when there's going to be a show and they set the stage. I don't want to do that. Because the Bible has already done it. We believe in all the revealed scriptures of God. Am I right? We believe in the Torah, right? The Bible, the Holy Quran. If God revealed it, we believe in it. And that is what all Muslims do. Am I right? Except those who try to trick you, make you think it's one way. But all Muslims, I tell you, yeah, all of that's true. In the book of James, chapter 5, I'll tell you the grace period is up. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men. Weep." Weep means what? Cry. Get to crying. This is a terrible thing going on here. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl." What is howling? Werewolf movie. I mean, this is howling. This is bad. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." Rich man thinks he's safe. He thinks, I got money, I'm safe, everything. But it says, weep and howl for the miseries that's going to come upon you. Your riches are corrupted. What does corrupted mean? It's destroyed, it's no good. Your riches are, they're rotten. They're just not what they used to be. The American dollar now ain't worth much. I just come back from London. You gotta give $2 to get $1 for a pound from them, $1. You see, America, the money is going down. Do you see? It says, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Think about it, man. How would you feel if you started to go to your closet to get some nice clothes out of them, and you open the closet door and moths fly away? And you look at all your garments, they got holes in them, the moths done ate them up. How would you feel? I mean, you had nice stuff in there. You're talking about really nice stuff. You know how you was doing it. You was that guy, you was that lady. Y'all not, and you open the closet door, all these moths just fly out. All your clothes is eaten up, right? Your money, you thought you had $1 million. You found out you got like $250,000. It went down. It's not worth it. You understand? It's bad. It says, your gold and your silver is cankered. Cankered. Yeah, you used to have gold, remember? Money used to have right on it. This is a silver certificate. Right? You had gold coins. Right? But now, it says your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. That's right. The country is broke. Inflation. You understand what I'm saying? You hearing that word a lot now? Yeah, inflation. Stuff costs more than you used to pay for it. You understand? And ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days, or what we call the day of war. Am I right? Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which you have kept back by fraud. I'm talking about Republicans, y'all. Huh? I'm talking about Boehner and them guys, rich devils, ain't gonna let go. Push the whole thing over the fiscal cliff. I'm not gonna let it ride. Does it make sense what I'm saying to you? Just let it ride. Criers, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of the Sabbath. Nobody hear your cries, but Allah hears your cries. Everybody else acting like ain't nothing to it. Even your own people that made it, them bougie stuff. Oh man, why don't y'all just let that go, man? We going back in that old stuff, back in slavery. Come on, man. It's a new day, a new hour. Yeah, it is. It's the day of one, nigga. It's the time when God gets retribution. Yes, it is a new day. Talking to that rich man, he said, you have lived in pleasure on earth, and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ain't nothing about you and I, did it? Just living good, am I right? Just enjoying life. You have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Sounds like you and me. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Put them dogs on them niggas. Get them water. You understand? They don't resist you. Right? Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and the later rain. Be patient. It may look like you're not going to get rain no more, but you're going to get it. And when I see rain represents what? Wisdom. You understand? It may look like things ain't going to work your way, it's getting tough, but it's going to work your way. I'm telling you. Allah's on your side. You're going to win. You might as well get ready. You're going to win. Be ye as patient, establish your heart, for the coming of the Lord draweth near. Grudge not one against the other. That's the kind of thing people like to come into circles and do. Start a grudge with the righteous. Got nothing better to do than start something in the holy circles with the believers. Right? Yes, one another, brethren. Lest ye be condemned, behold, the judge standeth before the door. Now, you ain't going to get away with that kind of stuff. It's going to, manifestation, all defects, it's going to stand out. We're going to find out. Take, my brothers, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Y'all see what the prophets go through, right? Right or wrong? I mean, they beat, crucified, right? Murdered, heads cut off, brought on silver trays. Right or wrong? I mean, y'all seen what happened to the prophets, right? Behold, we count them behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job. Do we teach on Job here at the temple?
Yes, sir.
Do we talk about Job here at the temple? Do we teach what Job been through?
Yes, sir.
And have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. But that don't sound, see how God is? He can be pitiful, tender of mercy, right? But at the same time, get the drowning people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea. How many times do I tell y'all? Speak up. Come to people with authority.
Right.
Don't come to people, you know. That's all, folks. Don't come with authority.
Right.
Speak with authority. Let your yea be yea. Yeah, I'll do that for you. And do. And they did. Said, I'll be out this Sunday. There she is. You understand? Your yea. If you say you understand, you're going to do it. Your word, what? Is your bond. Am I right? And your nay be nay. Don't be afraid to say no. Right. You think no, can't do it. Don't be, sorry, no. Yeah. You want to be clear. You want to be firm in what you do, lest ye fall into condemnation. So you'll condemn yourself by doing that kind of stuff, right? If any among you afflicted, let him pray. Is any merry, let him sing. You follow? Is any sick among you, let him call for the elders of the church. In our case, we would say the temple, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean attack your elders. Am I right?
Right.
Oh yeah. Listen to what I'm saying. You know, if you are sick, he says call for the elders and let them pray over you. Do y'all realize that's where your healing will come from? You know, because they have wisdom, they've been around, they've seen a lot, and they're going to help you get through things. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer and faith shall save the sick. Saying the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him. People don't think they can be forgiven anymore. Am I right? In fact, people are in your ear all the time. Y'all know how to do it. Now I bet you're going to go down to the temple today.
Right.
Huh? Y'all know, am I right? You know, I bet you think you're going to be accepted by Allah down there after you've done all what you've done and this and that. I bet you think it's going to be over. But yes, tell them yes, it will be over. See, because, and if I have committed sins, they shall be forgiven. Allah will forgive you. He's all returning to mercy. The merciful. Am I right?
Yes.
Confess your faults one to another. So we talked about that last week, right? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, you got that right. That's right. We talked about it, right? Confess your faults. And pray one for another, that you may be healed. And I want you to listen carefully to this. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. When I say man, I mean woman as well. But a righteous person's prayer can go far.
Yes, it can.
God, you'll be surprised. I don't know what they're praying. Look, you're going to be praying. It can go far. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Elias was a man subjected to like passions as we were. And he prayed earnestly that it might not rain. And it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. Now remember, when you talk about Elias, you talk about Elijah. Because he wanted that double portion of Elijah's spirit. That blessing, right? And he prayed again, and heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit. Brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, make a mistake, get away from the truth, you err, and one convert him, listen carefully. I need y'all to really listen to this carefully. It says, brethren, if any of you do err from the truth, don't make a mistake, you lost, you out there, right? And one convert him, let him know, that you ought to know, that he which converteth the sinner from error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins. Did y'all know by saving someone or inviting them to come home or they're coming home, do y'all know that that's greater than major prayers people be making? Did y'all know that? Huh? You hide a multitude of sins when you do that. Do you see what I'm saying? You could be heavy laden with sins. Like how Atlas had the world on this show. You could be coming with sin like that, right? But if you are able to get back, you'll be able to hide a whole lot of them. Am I right or wrong? Right. I wanted to share that with you because the hour we're in, see, it's just like that. Am I right? Right. The hour we are in, it's really bad. Right. The people need a law. They don't think they need a law, but they need him. He is the one who will make a difference in your life. See, if you allow Allah to be the God that He is, you will find the blessings in your life greatly enhanced. Greatly enhanced. And I want you to understand that you don't have to die to get this heaven. I want to read from the Holy Quran, chapter 16, and I want to start at 36. Holy Quran, y'all. This is for your friends that think otherwise than you. Holy Quran, y'all, okay? And certainly we raised in every nation messenger. This is the nation of Islam, established without any iman, established by God Himself, and He gave us, our nation, a messenger. Am I right or wrong? Right. Messenger, Elijah Muhammad, saying, serve Allah and shun the devil. Is that what he taught us? Is that what Messenger Elijah Muhammad taught us? Then of them was he whom Allah guided, and of them was he whom remaining in error was justly due. Some people don't deserve to get the truth. Allah left them out there like that. You can't do nothing about that. It might break your heart. I thought for sure they was going to make it. Am I right or wrong? I thought for sure they would make it. You can't do nothing about that. So travel in the land, then see what was the end of the rejectors. See, this is nothing new. These things happened before, all right? They happen over and over and over again. If thou desires their guidance, yet Allah will not guide him who leads astray. So if you're running around trying to misguide people, lead them astray, Allah ain't with you on that. You're on your own with that, right? Nor have any helpers, right? And they swear by Allah that their most energetic oaths. Please listen carefully to what I say. They say when you die, you have to be buried for so many days so the spirit can be revived and all this kind of stuff. They talk, all right? Then you go to paradise after you die, you'll be raised up. Allah, am I right? Is that what's taught? Really, in the church and the master. But I'm leaning more towards the man's chair because I'm in the Quran. What I read next. Allah will not raise him up who dies. Holy Quran, chapter 16, it's in 38. Remember 38, right? And you remember when he was 16, right? You understand? Hit him, give it to him. So what you think you're going to be raised up? From the grave? Here. I'm not going to raise up nobody that dies. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, it is a promise binding on him, quite true. But most people know not. Can you see why they don't know? Because most people know not. Do you follow me? I want you to understand that in the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is life for you. Anything that you need, anything that you're trying to do, if you just follow the teachings of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, he'll let you know what's right, and he'll let you know what's wrong. You understand? Unbeknown to many of the members here at Muhammad's Temple and the believer, you're a lot better off than most people. Am I right or wrong? You're a lot better off than most people. I'm just going to give it to you wrong. You know, people out here now, they are kind of struggling. Am I right? People out here now, it's not like it was. You know, the hours upon them, the earth is going down, it's falling fast, you see. We have to fight, bring a house of worship forward. Do you understand? And it's not an easy job. It's hard to do, but it got to be done. Right or wrong? If you are patient, you have the patience of Job, you'll see changes. You'll see more people come to the temple. You'll see more people with a desire to follow Messenger Elijah Muhammad. You'll see more people wanting to advance their lives. But the one thing you have to do is be wanting it yourself. Then you become an example for the people to look at and say, well, you know what? I think I want to do that. I think I want to, be someone who can help somebody, show them the way to go. I think maybe I want to do that. Does it make sense? We're in tough times, y'all. I want you to understand. The other thing I want to do is I want to go into prayer service in Islam, because there's another poison that has hit the nation of Islam years ago. And the poison that I speak of is people believing that you don't need a temple. You don't need it. People think that temples are not necessary. They think they can just do it on their own. Am I right? It's the coward's way out. You understand? I don't have to face the cow. I don't have to answer to anyone. All I have to do is say, I love you, Allah, and sit at home. I believe. In the Muslim prayer services, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad writes, I want to start on page 138, okay? And it says, the prayer service is divided into two parts. One to be said in private. Y'all follow? Listen carefully to me. It says, one to be said in private, and the other to be performed in congregation, meaning the temple. You follow? Preferably in a mosque, which is what the messenger called the temples at that moment. But the temple. Do you follow what I'm saying? While the private part is meant simply for the development of the inner self of man, the public part has other ends as well in view. Ends that indeed make the Islamic prayer a mighty force in the unification of the human race. Okay? In the first place, the gathering of all people living in the same vicinity 5 times daily in the mosque is a help to the establishment of a healthy social relations. In the daily service, these relations are limited to a narrow circle, to members of the same neighborhood. But the circle becomes wider in the weekly Friday service, which gathers together all Muslim believers, all Muslim members of a particular loyalty, and becomes still wider in the two great Eid gatherings. This is message to the black man I'm reading from, y'all. Letting you know there's two parts to this prayer. It's possible for you to be the temple yourself, when the second part of praying is to be done in congregation. You understand? What you can have it at your house, in the living room? You know, you can start out like that, but you can't stay like that. Am I right or wrong? Because you got to have congregational prayer. When we pray here together, when we're standing and praying here, that's a strong prayer. It's much stronger than me, you know, in my private space at home, praying to Allah. Yeah, He hears my prayer, but it's much stronger when we do it together here in the temple. Thus, prayer promotes social relations between the different sections of Muslims of the Muslim community. For more important than this, however, is the leveling of social differences brought about by the means of congregational prayer. One within the doors of the mosque, every Muslim feels himself in an atmosphere of equality and love before the Maker of all stands shoulder to shoulder, the king along with his poor subject, the rich arrayed in gorgeous robes, and the beggar in rags. Nay, the king of the rich man standing in a back row will have to now lay his head, prostrating himself before God at the feet of the slave or the beggar, standing in the front. Everybody understand where I'm at with this? Everybody clear? We're one and the same. There's no one above the other in congregational prayer. See, now at home I could pretend that I'm all of that, this and that, the rich guy and all, but in congregational prayer, we're one. Do you see? There could be no more leveling influence in the world. Differences of rank, wealth, and color vanish within the mosque, and quite a new atmosphere, an atmosphere of brotherhood, equality, and love, totally different from the outside world, prevails within the holy precincts. Able to breathe 5 times daily in an atmosphere of perfect peace, in a world of strife and struggle, of equality, where inequality is the order of the day, and of love amidst petty, jealous, and images of the daily life is indeed a blessing. But it is more than a blessing, for it is the great lesson of life. Man has to work amidst inequalities, amidst strife and struggle, amidst schemes of hatred and enmity. Yet he is drawn out of these 5 times a day to realize the quality of fraternity and love are the real sources of the human happiness. Time spent on prayer is not therefore wasted, even from the point of view among active humanitarians. On the contrary, the best use of it is made in learning those great lessons which make life worth living. And these lessons of fraternity, equality, and love, when put into practice in daily life, serve as foundations for the unification of the human race and for the lasting civilization of mankind. In fact, the 5 daily congregational prayers are meant, among other things, to carry into practice the theoretical lessons of equality and fraternity for which Islam stands. And however much Islam may have preached, in the world's the equality of man and fraternity of community of Islam, all would have remained a dead letter. Listen to what I'm saying. All would have remained a dead letter had it not been translated into everyday life. Though the institution of 5 daily congregational prayers, you see, it's impossible for you to be the temple at home yourself. You have to be in congregational prayer. And to be in congregational prayer, the messenger said what would be the best way to do it at the mosque or the temple. Am I right? The best way to do it. Now, you can do it the way you think is right. But I'm going to do it the way the messenger said do it. You see? So the next time somebody tell you, oh man, you ain't got to go to no temple, man. You temple yourself. Just study at home. You don't have to be worried about all that. Next time they come at you with that, just tell them, man, get out of here with that. It's 2 parts to prayer, man. One is for private space. One is for congregational prayer. Now, if I hang out with you doing what you say do, I'm going against the very concepts of God. What He laid out for us to pray and what He laid out for us to do as a Muslim. If I just do it like you say doing it, I'm wrong. We have to learn to speak to them and let them understand that. Because so many people now, they want to be, how can I say it, Muslims who don't come out to the temple. They think it's easily done in some kind of private space. Does it make sense? It used to be you go in your private space, well, you read books. You read newspapers. You read the Holy Quran. You read the Bible. They were books. We're in modern times, so now we have internet and everything. Am I right or wrong? So you can pretend to be in your private space. But there's nothing wrong with that as long as you are connected to a temple. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it, but you got to be a part of a temple. Because if you're not a part of a temple, then what you're doing is going completely against the will of Allah. Am I right or wrong? Did I read it to you? I didn't make it up. This is not Minister Al-Muntaquin Ali trying to be some kind of hot shot up here with new creation, something that I think it should be. I'm not going to write no book on it. Tell you, this is it, the book. Enough books have been written already. It's time now for people to do just what the messenger said. Take this from being a dead letter and make it a part of your everyday, daily life. You understand? That's what we need to do now. Make it become our life. Once we do that, we're going to be fine.
That's right.
We're going to be fine, y'all. You understand? We're going to be fine. Sometimes Allah blesses some more than others. Am I right? Because Allah tries you. See, we forget that we have trials. We be so busy living, you know what I mean, enjoying life and that. We forget we have tests and trials. Allah is going to try you. You're not going to just be able to just go on through life with no trial, no test. You got to be checked out. You think you're the only person who really like the sweet grapes that hang low of life? No. You think you're the only one who wants to have large sums of money or whatever? You're not the only one who wants that. Am I right or wrong? So we have to understand that until we submit to Allah the way He wants us to do it, we spinning our wheels. But as I said last week, excuse me, as long as one of us, we win. We win. I tell you what. I enjoy my brother comes out, and me and my brother go all the way back to when we were children. He knows me, and I know him. And I respect his coming out to think enough of me as a minister to hear me speak. I really do. And I want him to know that. You see, you understand? It's like, it's a million things people can do, right, today. Am I right or wrong? But he's here. And I tell you, brother, I will never forget that. And I know that Allah, He has a divine purpose. Am I right? Even, and listen to me now when you say it's right, even if it's to be fuel for the fire. Because remember, some people are going to be fuel for the fire. Am I right or wrong? You have to pray hard, get close to Allah, submit to His will to make sure it's not you. Right? Make sure it's not you, because you can count your blessings. If you really sit down and you think about it, you can count your blessings. And you understand what Allah is doing for you in your life. Am I right? Don't let anyone trick you, con you out of what you believe, have you thinking you shouldn't do this and that. It's not necessary, and why do you do it, and all kinds of crazy questions come at you. But the reality of it is what? When you think about it, you know the reasons why, right? Because you want a blessing from Allah. See, and the remembrance of Allah is one of the greatest things you can do. You know that? Some people forget Allah.
That's right.
All of a sudden it's going real good. Those grapes, I'll tell you, if you're hanging low, sweet. Those grapes of life, am I right? Out there eating them grapes, busting them, the good kind, slide out the skin, juicy. You know what I mean? You eat them grapes, right? You ain't thinking about anything else. Oh wow, yeah, right? Forget Allah. Put those grapes there. Forget it was Allah who put them there, made them come in season, made them ripen, made them do the things that allow you to what? Stand there and enjoy them. You see? So, don't forget Allah. It says, remember Allah, walking, riding, sleeping, on your side. No matter what you're doing, remember Allah and thank Allah for the good things that He does in you. You understand what I'm saying? Thank Him. Because the blessings don't have to be there. The blessings don't have to be there. Am I right? Look, let me put it to you like this. If this government don't come together, and I don't think they're going to do it, y'all. They're going over the fiscal cut. I'm warning you, as Messenger Elijah Muhammad warned you, it's going to be bad. You understand? It's going to be bad. So we have to be thinking like that. Am I right? Because if we don't think like that, what do we know? We know that we'll be caught up, much like the grasshopper is caught up, right, in the winter. Y'all see it before, am I right or wrong? The grasshopper was one who thought he could play and have fun all summer long. Right? Is that the anatomy of a grasshopper? He don't make no plans for the future. Am I right? The grasshopper, he just eat good grass, stuff all summer long. Right? And they used to tell you, be careful, they'll spit the batter. We used to have a little running joke with it. But the grasshopper, he don't plan nothing. The ant, on the other hand, he spends all summer long putting away things for the winter. You can be sitting down somewhere and look, and you'll see ants, if they got a little piece of potato chip or something, bigger than him, you see him dragging it. But he's heading to the hole to take it down underground so he'll have food and everything for the winter. The grasshopper, on the other hand, is watching him and eating grass. Haven't you encountered believers something like that though? Like everybody working, and you see that believer, they be standing there on the side. Have you ever encountered that? Everybody working, trying to make it happen, running hard, putting in the time, doing that believer what? They just, you see them, they just chilling. They're on the side. We got to be like the ant. Am I right? We got to be like the ant. We got to be putting away something for the day of want. So when hard times hit, we are in place. We can enjoy life. We can do something because it's definitely going to hit. It says that the grasshopper, when that winter came upon him, bad. It was bad, y'all. That particular year, the Farmer's Almanac said, blizzard conditions every day except yesterday. You understand? Frostbite, frost, icicles on everything, right? Except yesterday. Grasshopper frozen to death. But he was frozen to death, grass in his mouth, still eating grass, not doing nothing for himself. Said he stayed frozen all winter. The ants were down there. They were doing what they do, taking care of their own, eating. Somebody told me they was listening to the ground. They heard music playing out of there. You know, they was having parties down in there. Ants having a good time down in there. Said they was even smart enough to build their hole next to a warm building, so that even that was better. Just took care of themselves. Said the winter went on, and the spring came. Said the frost began to melt the snow. And as the frost began to melt the snow, guess who showed up, y'all? From under all that ice. Guess who showed up? Grasshopper. And you know one thing that happened to that grasshopper? Who can tell me what happened to that grasshopper? Anybody tell me what they think happened to that grasshopper? He became food, brother. The ants went to work with their tools on the grasshopper. They cut him up, see his legs and everything going down in the hole for next winter. Do you understand? Oh, praise is due to Allah. We have to learn to be like that. You understand? We have to learn to be like that. Always do something for the day of war. Because as we all know what? Allah will help you if you try to help yourself.
That's right.
You know, if you don't take a step towards Allah,
That's right.
why should He help you?
That's right.
You don't care. Why should, am I right? Why should He care? You see, sometimes in our hearts, there's something that we can't measure or control. Sometimes in our heart, there's a situation where when we think about it, Allah is like He's purging us from the hard times and the trials that we're against. He's purging us, making things better for us. He's bringing it so that we can, in our hearts, know that we believe. See, belief is the forerunner of it all. If you don't believe, no problem. That's why the Quran says, "Oh, you who believe." Letting you know it's for the believer. Last week we went through it. It's not easy to get to the last day. Right? The war of Armageddon is tough. It's tough. But if you are patient, you'll make it. The race is not to the swift or the strong. It's to those who make it until the end. Those who endure until the end. You've seen it before. Y'all seen fights. Y'all seen it. Come out, the fight break out. See the little guy fighting the big guy. You say, man, this is going to be bad. You know? And the fight break out, you see it. Oh, my man, no, you hit it with bolos. You know, you understand what I'm saying? It looks bad. But the little guy come back. I ain't finished with you yet. You think it's over? It ain't over? No, not yet. He come back. Do you understand? Finally, you see the big guy. You start breathing a little heavy. I'm tired of you, little joker, man. Come on, then. We're gonna get it finished. Look bad again. You see the little fella, man. It ain't over yet. Think it's over? No. I've been doing road work. I knew you was gonna be here today. You understand? See, before you know it, it turns, doesn't it?
That's right.
See, it's not about who was the biggest. It's not about who was the swiftest. It's not about who was the strongest. That little fighter, he endured to the end. And when people came by and seen him, big guy laying on the ground, Little guy looking at him saying, what do I even want from this big joke? You know what I'm saying? You know, it reminds you a lot of David and Goliath, doesn't it? Remember? Little David, slingshot, stones, right? Big giant, Goliath. He laid him down, didn't he? He laid him down. Your faith and your belief has to have the same level of endurance and strength. You understand? There's a lot of people. I love to listen to the old tapes of the Messenger, and I hear the people bearing witness around him. Hear him. Teach their holy apostle. You hear all of that. But time has manifest truth. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And it will manifest truth in our lives. Got to endure until the end. Don't quit. Hang in there. Better days are on the way. You don't know what tomorrow might bring. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Someone that has what you need may knock on the door. See, I've been following privately, and I just want to come in and help. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You can look at situations that look so desperate and dire. You say, man, there ain't no way they're coming out from under this. Don't you quit. Hold on. Hang on. Don't let nobody spin you. Because people are good at spitting you. Am I right?
Yes.
They're very good. They bring shiny things. Shiny, tempting things. They'll have you feeling like you floating on a cloud. And you the best thing since ice water. You know what I mean? Yeah, the best thing since butter sliced bread. They have you thinking that you to catch me at. But you endure until the end in your faith. If you do that, you got it. You got it. Praise the Lord, you got it. I mean, you know, there's nothing, praise the Lord, there's nothing you can ask the Lord for that He won't give you. You don't have to go around making mockery of people, you know, like they ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. That group is not this, that group is not that. You stay close to your Lord, and you stay close to the righteous, and work together, and you'll see that people will come by and say, you're a Muslim. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to say, hey, look, I'm Muslim, look at me. You know, you can tell I'm Muslim because look how I'm dressed, or look how I act. Or, you don't have to say that. They'll tell you. They'll say, you know, you're Muslim, ain't you? You're a Muslim. I know you're a Muslim. You got to be a Muslim. And you'll find that Allah is with you in everything that you do. Am I right? Look to the future, y'all. The devil's time that's up, not yours. Praise the Lord. Not yours. You understand? Time is on your side. You don't have to hurry up and do nothing. Did you know that? You just have to endure to the end with your good work. You're not going to run out of time. The devil is going to run out of time.
That's right.
You see? This is why we knew. We knew when Messenger Elijah Muhammad told us. He said this nation will rise again, never fall again.
Right.
It'll be rebuilt. Do you understand? And I'm watching it, enjoying it. I'm glad to be a partaker in it. And I'm seeing the believers come back all across this country. Temples opening up. People holding firm. The temple, look, we got young people here. Young people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to look at this. We got people, you know what I mean? Am I right? You know, because, yes, you want to see the older believers, but you want to see the young people. The Quran tells you that's how you'll know you're in heaven. It says you'll be sitting on raised chairs, and you'll see young people, children running around you like little pearls. You know, said you'll see waters that flow crystal clear. You know, this is how you'll know you're in heaven. If you go there in a situation where you don't see growth taking place, could be a problem. Some people want to tell you how growth should take place. But when you say, well, hey, okay, cool, well, where your plants at? I want to say that. See how big your chrysanthemum is. You understand? Yeah, we want to see how big your philodendron is, since you are an authority, on how to do this. Let us see some of your, different plants you done grew. And you'll find that what? There ain't no greenhouse, is it?
Right.
Am I right, bro? There ain't no greenhouse. Just making you slow up the progress that you have made. So, are we going to hold on, y'all?
Yes, sir.
Are we going to fight for this?
Yes, sir.
Do we know that the messenger is the best?
I know.
We watching everything. We watching the news every night. It just reinforces for us every night that the Most High Elijah Muhammad gave us the best of sperm. Nobody can match up to it. People that's making money, they want to hold on. They don't want to let go. It's not easy. You see the Republicans? You got to pry this stuff out their hands. You know what I mean? You got to almost, you know what I mean? Threaten them at gunpoint to get it out of their hands. Because, what? They know what heaven and hell is two, right? Either you're going to be in heaven or you're going to be in hell. Make sense? Now, don't think when I say that you got to be sitting up in a Mercedes or, a Jag or something. Don't think that. You could be sitting on a grapefruit crate.
That's right.
You understand? In your right mind, with the remembrance of Allah in your heart, you are happy.
Yes, sir.
You are happy. I could go on and on and on, but for the sake of time, I'm going to bring my lecture to a close. I hope and pray that Allah just keeps building and raising us and building us as a temple and showing us the right way to go and giving us love. We need love for our people. Am I right? Show us, lead us, guide us, make us understand, that you lead by example. If you do it right and you live it right, people see that. And they respect and appreciate that. So that's the best way to do it. You don't have to come out, quoting, and all that. Just be a Muslim, a righteous Muslim. Isn't that what the messenger said? God told him the first time he seen him. He said, accept your own and be yourself. Am I right? And then the question is asked, what is yourself? And the answer is a righteous Muslim. Do you understand? So we have to be aware of these things. You see? Wisdom is an awesome thing. Water seeks its own level. Water represents wisdom. It seeks its own level. You can start pouring water on the rooftop, it'll come down to the level of water. It'll run down the street, it'll run anywhere it has to go until it reaches its own level. Am I right? Same thing is with us when we have wisdom. We seek our own and we come to a level. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't be surprised, because angels are something that you really cannot predict. Y'all know that? Angels can be someone you least expect. Am I right? Angels, the scripture says, be conscious and careful how you entertain strangers, because you just might be entertaining an angel. Do you see? So I'm going to close on that note. Praise to Allah. I hope and pray that everyone enjoyed the lecture. I hope you got something from it. I hope it'll help you as you continue to live the life of a Muslim. Do we have any announcements, Captain?
We don't want to forget our Ramadan is on the 30th.
The first Sunday of the new year. The first Sunday of the new year, we're going to have our feast. Okay. And
Would we here?
we'll be right here. And you're certainly welcome. And we want everyone to come out. We're going to have bean pies, believe it or not. Not supermarket bean pies. We're gonna have bean pies. That's right. And we're gonna have a good time. We need to let the other believers know that we're gonna do it. We'll have temple service for 1 hour, and we'll go right into our feast. We just have a short lecture, maybe hear from some of the believers, and we'll go right into enjoying our feast. Everybody okay with that? Okay. January 6th, Brother Captain is saying. So look forward to it. Tell everybody about it. Bring everyone out. You're welcome to bring your friends. We're going to have a wonderful time. Okay? And we'll be doing it in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad. And we'll be doing it in the name of his last and greatest messenger. So I hope and pray everyone is successful in their Ramadan this month. Okay? We can do charity and we can be dismissed. And I hope and pray that Allah will bless you. It's been a wonderful day. It's been a wonderful day. I hope and pray Allah, He will continue to let us have these kinds of days. And I hope and pray that as long as we're living right, doing right,